Good day, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. My name is Marie, and I focus on life experiences as a younger woman versus my life experiences over the age of 50. And if you're new to my channel, do me a favor and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload the next video. So with that being said, um, the topic of discussion today would be conversations that I personally feel are inappropriate or shouldn't be had over the age of 50. So the first thing I want to say that I personally, and most of these are my personal opinions, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. This is my personal experiences, and it's my personal opinions about why I feel some of these things shouldn't be going on over the age of 50. Come on, people, we have to grow up. We have to grow up. But personally, I don't like gossiping. I do not like, especially being on the phone gossiping, like holding the phone while somebody's gossiping about somebody. I don't like that. Um, I personally do not like talking about people and their personal business because we're all going through something right now, and everybody, I'm sure, has something. I'm sorry, my neck is a little tired because I'm exhausted tonight. But I personally do not like talking about people and their business because I just feel that it doesn't make me any better, talking negatively about, and it doesn't even have to be negatively. It could be something that somebody told you personal, and you just can't hold the water. I feel like if somebody tells you something personal, you should really keep that to yourself. Don't call people and tell people what that person just told you. You know, um, a lot of times we think we can confide in people. That's why they say you should probably get a therapist if you need to talk to somebody, because sometimes you feel like you can confide in an individual or a certain person that you trust very dearly, and uh, some people can't hold water. As soon as you tell them, they on the phone calling everybody to tell them exactly what you said. So and to me, that's not going to help anything if you're calling people and repeating what someone's personally told you. I feel like it's kind of being judgmental too, and I don't like being judgmental of other people, especially of their career. I don't like judging people's families and or their lifestyle. I mean, to each his own. Whatever floats your boat, that's on you. Like, but if someone calls you and confides in you in something, that should stay between you and that person, unless that person told you you know, to let the cat out the bag to to everyone. If they didn't give you the signal to let the cat out the bag to everyone, you just keep that to yourself. You take that to your grave if you have to. Especially if it's something really, really dear and true to the person's heart, or something that they really, really strongly felt. And if you feel like, it's something that is controversial, whatever it was that they told you, then you should discuss it with the person who's telling you about their problem. Tell them at the time that they're telling you what the problem is. Like, like if you feel that the person is being negative or toxic, instead of getting on the phone or talking to someone else about that person, how toxic and negative they're being, right then and there when they're talking to you, and you're feeling that they are being toxic or negative, I think you should tell them right there instead of getting on the phone. And I don't want to keep repeating myself, but gossiping about that person and personally judging them on whatever it was that they told you, uh, you know especially if it's concerning their family, lifestyle, or career. So just keep that in mind that when you're over 50, things should be approached differently. And also things should when somebody asks you, tells you something confidential, you should, you know, keep that confidential. Um, the other thing I can't stand is when somebody calls me up to get information about others. Don't do that. Because I might not have called you to gossip about somebody, but I don't appreciate you calling my phone to trying to find out about somebody else's business. Somebody was doing that to me a couple of months back, a friend of mine that I haven't, like I said, I haven't spoke to this particular friend in a long time, but when she did call, she was trying to pick my mouth about other people's business, and I wasn't there for it. I let them know I don't talk about people and I don't talk about their business, and I stay out of that because I don't want to be a part of any gossiping or anything negative. Anything negative over 50, I can't take it. I just can't take it, y'all. I don't know how somebody over 50 can still have the energy of a teenager or a younger adult. Um, the other thing is, don't call me and tell me what somebody said about me. Because if somebody said something about me, you obviously was right there. You didn't defend me. You must have said something about me too, or even worse. So don't ever call me and tell me what somebody said about me. Unless it's my mom or somebody like that, of course. Just kidding. But I don't like that either. You calling me to tell me and to make me feel a way about what somebody thinks or says about me. I don't care. I didn't care then when I was 30 or 25, and I don't care now. I'll let you know that I don't care what you think. I'm doing me. Like that's how you have to handle people. Whatever you, unless it's unless you're in need of their, in need of some kind of guidance or advice, you can kick rocks on whatever you think about me or whatever you have to say about me. So keep that in mind. Don't call and ask me my business unless I volunteer the information, because people have a way of doing that. What they call it, monitoring spirits. They call you and they pry and they pry and they pry and they pry and trying to get to, personally, I don't really have anybody who does that to me. I'm just saying, you don't want somebody calling your phone to pry into your business, and vice versa. You don't want to call nobody and just start prying into their and asking them a bunch of questions about their personal business. There are people who don't mind doing that, who don't mind calling you and asking you any question under the sun, no boundaries in place. Just let me ask her every single thing that I can while I have it on my mind. Let me attack everything that I think, would get under her skin. So, I don't let people do that to me, and I don't do that to people. So, try not to do that. Over 50, it's distasteful. Like to call somebody and be asking them their business, and or vice versa. I call somebody and ask them. Don't do that. So that's another thing. I don't like to get a phone call and it feels like monitoring spirits. So, and the other thing is, when you can't get info on me, don't start asking me about everybody in my family individually and their personal business. Don't ask me that too. Don't call me and start asking me when you can't get information on me. And I'm just saying this in general. I'm not personally saying it's personally me. I'm not saying it's personally you. But there are people who do this, is what I'm trying to say. And sometimes if they can't get information out of you, they will pick, or go down every family member that you have in your family, and ask you about each and every one of them individually, and want to know what their business is, and so I'm just telling you to keep that in mind too, that when people are calling you to talk about other people or calling you to pick your brain, you have to be aware of it. And over 50, that's distasteful. It's, yeah, inappropriate. um Let me see. Another thing I can't stand over 50. Y'all. Y'all. I mean, to each his own, but me personally, I cannot stand. Look the way I'm saying it, because it's appalling to me. I cannot stand for somebody to be in my ear with their sex life. Oh, over 50? No, girl. No, sweetheart. I do not want to hear what goes on in your bedroom, especially if we are married people. If we are married people, obviously we know it goes down at night. It has to go. It's got to be going down. Maybe it's not, but do I need to know that? Seriously, do I need to know what's going on in your bedroom, and personal details and stuff at over 50? I need to visualize what actually goes down in your bedroom? I don't think so. And vice versa. I'm never going to tell you what goes down in my bedroom, but all you need to know is if you're a married person, it's obviously going down. That's it. Period. The end. Over 50, we don't need details. We should all obviously know, how it goes. We're not teenagers. We're not teenagers. I don't need to, sometimes I feel like when people do that, and I'm personally saying my personal opinion, it doesn't have to be. And I'm not judging nobody for. Some people are happy about their sex life. I get it. I get it. Some people don't have anybody else to talk to about it. But I think as far as sex goes, you talk to your partner, the one you doing it with. Who are you talking to me? What are you telling me personal detail? Y'all discuss the personal details y'all did in the bedroom with each other. That's what y'all do. Don't call your friend or your close family member and talk about personal details on sexual shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to visualize it or hear it. And I'm sure you don't want to visualize mine and hear mine either. So let's not do that, please. Over 50, girl, I don't need to know what goes on in your bedroom, and I just don't need to know personal details about your bedroom. And I'm not saying, like I said, that has happened to me. I'm not saying that has happened to any of you. I'm sure it has though, but it has happened to me. I gotta say it has. But I feel like that should be personal. That really should be personal. I don't want to hear it. Okay, moving on. Um, I don't like when people, and that's me personally. Like I said, I have to keep stressing that this is my personal feelings. I don't know if there are other people who agree with me, but I personally don't like when people live in the past, especially if it was negative and it was a dysfunctional situation. I don't like living in the past with the negativity, like anything that's negative or anything I don't feel like, is a part of my life anymore. I don't like to. I don't like to stay there. I don't like staying in the past. Like I like to move on. I don't like to dwell on things. I don't hold grudges. I don't like to hold grudges. Over 50, I think you should let all them things go. Like that's weighing heavy on your mind and on your soul and on your body. You don't want the negativity weighing you down. Like, not saying that everything from the past is negative. There are some positive things that you would like to talk about, but I don't know why some people choose to bring out, like you know, I don't know, I guess when they see you shining or feeling good, they have to snap you back down to size with something toxic or negative that happened to you in the past, so that they can remind you where you once were, or the person that you feel highly about, or the person that you you feel so proud of, they have to knock it back down by reminding you of that person's past, or like what that person did negatively or that was toxic. Maybe that person is not even the same person today. People do change, like, and nobody's the same that person they was 20 and 10 and 20 years ago. I don't think so. I would not think so. But some people love living in the past, or if they see you doing good today or something you're doing today that feels positive or looks like that might help you prosper, it just seems like um, it's only right that I bring up something that from your past, that to remind you where you once were. So I've had that happen to me plenty of times, a number of times, and I think it's pretty whack. I'm from New York, so it's pretty whack. Y'all know what I mean when I say pretty whack? Yeah, pretty whack. Anyway, um, another thing that I don't think you should be talking about over 50 with people, unless people are asking your advice, or needing some kind of guidance from you or something. I don't think you should be discussing how much money or credit you have with people, because there's a difference between trying to encourage someone versus bragging or belittling another and making them feel less than you. So I never want anyone to feel less than, and I never want anyone to make me feel less than. And like I said, it's a difference between encouraging somebody versus trying to step on them and make them feel smaller than you and less than you. So I feel like um, if you're trying to encourage me, like they say, sometimes you have to be in a room full of go-getters for you to get something done. In that case, yeah, I'm going to be in that room full of go-getters, and I'm going to listen and soak everything up that I can learn from these people, especially if it's something you can learn from a person. I don't want to say push a person away who's trying to tell you something that you can learn from. But I will say, a person who's sitting there bragging about what they have, like how much money they have, or how much credit they have, how many houses they have, and stuff, and how big their house is, and then comparing that you have none of that stuff, you don't want to associate with anybody like that, especially over 50. Over 50, I cannot be in a room with somebody or be in somebody's presence who is belittling me or trying to make me feel less than them. So over 50, those conversations about your money, your finances, and your credit and all that, cars, and how many houses you got and stuff. Wrong answer. It doesn't do anything for the person. Um, and vice versa. I don't like broke conversations either. Even if I am broke, I don't like broke conversations. Broke conversations keep you broke. That's what they do. They keep you broke. Can you have conversations? Well, I'll talk about in another video about conversations that I would enjoy having over 50. I do enjoy having over 50. But when I say broke conversations, don't call me with a pity party. And I'm not saying that I don't feel sorry for nobody and I don't have empathy, because I have a lot of empathy. You can tell by the kind of work that I do, and I have a lot of empathy, but people play on your emotions sometimes, and if they know that you're a person like that and you're very empathetic and, caring and giving, they will definitely call you and give you the pity, give you a pity party and the saddest story ever about, what's not going right for them financially. Also, I don't like when people play the victim. Like, the reason why I don't have any money is because But meanwhile, that person is out throwing it up, buying name brand, getting hair, nails, eyelashes, got all that stuff done, brand new clothes, all that. So, like, don't call me crying about how broke you are, because I might be broke too. and two broke people talking about how broke they are, it's not going to get me or you anywhere. So if you are broke, why don't you come up with a business plan and we talk about that, how we can make some money. Instead of talking about how broke we are, we should be talking about, let's flip the conversation on how can we make more money? How can we change the situation that we in? Do you have any suggestions if you feel that instead of calling with a pity party, I would prefer you call and do you have any suggestions for me? I'm having a problem. What did you do? Like that approach would be better over 50. I'm talking on over 50 now for people are calling you. And calling me and calling the person and talking about, like how much stuff you owe is not going to make a person feel sorry enough to just offer you money. I feel like the other thing is, if you need to borrow money or if you need something from the person, it's better that you come and be direct instead of beating around the bush hoping that the person will offer you something. I feel like when you need something, directly come out and say, I need to borrow some money from you, or I need, like I'm in a bad situation. I can't pay you back right now, but can you help me out? And it's not a pity party, but you're directly asking me for help. You're not beating around the bush and hoping that I come up with a miracle. So that's another thing that that I don't like about, some of the conversations that I hear. Like some of these things happen when you were a younger person. Like some of these conversations, especially the sexual ones, they happen when girl talk when you're young. As we get older, we have to realize that there's certain things that we can't do that we did when we were younger. So I just wanted to say that. And I wanted to put this video out there because I think sometimes we get lost in whatever it is that we think is normal, and what might be normal to you might not be normal to someone else. So I think we should just keep that in mind when we are communicating with folks 50 and over, because that's us. Like I'm talking to us specifically. 50 and over, we have to be, we have to be on point with some things. Not everything we can't be perfect. Nobody's perfect. God didn't make perfect people, but there are some things that you have to know better. After a certain age, you should know better. So with that being said, if you like the discussion I just had and it resonates with you, I want you to do me a big favor. I would really, really appreciate it if you hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel, because I could really use some feedback. And if you're interested in my future videos, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when I post the next video. So until the next video, I want to say I love you all and have a good rest of your day.